Did you know AI therapists could make your mental health worse? From rogue chatbots to geopolitical chaos, this is X News Now, bringing you the stories shaping our world at lightning speed. Popular AI chatbots meant to provide mental health support are failing spectacularly, according to a Stanford study. Instead of offering a compassionate ear, these bots judged people with conditions like schizophrenia and addiction more harshly than those with depression, showing the same old stigmas we're trying to fight, but in new, intelligent form. One bot even told a depressed user the exact height of the Brooklyn Bridge, a shocking breach that could enable self-harm. And no, making the language models bigger didn't solve the issue. They just used fancier words to make the same misguided recommendations. While AI may someday revolutionize therapy, for now these digital counselors seem more likely to push you off the edge than pull you back. Would you trust an AI with your deepest struggles? This jaw-dropping video from a robotics company has gone viral, showing a remarkably human-like robot seamlessly performing tasks like opening doors, picking up boxes, and even doing push-ups. The fluid, lifelike movements have sparked a frenzy of debate. Is this a breakthrough in artificial intelligence and robotics, or a cleverly edited fake? Experts caution that while the technology is advancing rapidly, we're still years away from robots that can move and problem-solve with such dexterity. But the footage is certainly an exciting glimpse at what could be the future of robotics and automation. Just imagine, your next coworker could be a robot that can outperform you at virtually any physical task. Would you feel comfortable working alongside robots this advanced? In a daring overnight strike, Ukraine claims to have hit a major gunpowder plant deep inside Russia that supplies propellant for Russian artillery and rockets. The Khodovsk facility in Tambov, one of the core production hubs for Moscow's war machine, was set ablaze in an attack aimed at disrupting ammunition flow to the front lines. Per Reuters, Russian authorities told locals not to share footage, a tacit admission that the strike landed a painful blow. As Ukraine takes the fight to Russia's homeland, the escalating attacks underscore Kyiv's growing ability to strike strategic targets and Putin's vulnerability despite his nuclear saber-rattling. Is this a turning point in the Ukraine war? In a shocking exposé, Brazilian lawmaker Marcel Van Hatten alleges the country's Supreme Court has become a rogue force undermining democracy through lawfare, censorship, and political persecution. From blacklisting opposition voices to muzzling journalists, the courts have joined with media allies to target anyone challenging their power, including bringing trumped-up charges against Van Hatten himself. Meanwhile, a feckless Congress obsessed with pork barrel deals allows this judicial overreach. The hour-long interview is a chilling look at how democratic institutions can be weaponized by ideological actors. As Van Hatten warns, the fight for Brazil's future has become a battle for democracy's very soul, one with global implications. Is judicial activism a threat to democracy worldwide? The White House is taking an uncharacteristically hard line on the riots and looting rocking Lowe's Angels, calling the chaos Third World insurrection riots on American soil in a scathing statement just 23 minutes ago. No more euphemisms. The gloves are off as the administration blasts the violence as an assault on free speech, not an expression of it. The White House even took a swipe at California Governor Gavin Newsom, calling him not a good governor as cities burn. With law enforcement overwhelmed, the harsh rhetoric signals a potential federal intervention could be on the table to restore order. Is the White House response justified or too extreme? As Tesla's stock takes a beating amid concerns over Twitter turmoil and economic headwinds, Wall Street's loudest skeptics are piling on, but they've made that mistake before and paid dearly. Even after scandals, SEC battles, and near bankruptcy, Elon Musk turned Tesla into a trillion-dollar juggernaut, with a 1,000% stock surge since 2018 and legions of fiercely loyal customers. Now, with Musk promising to refocus on Tesla after resolving the Twitter chaos, and bold new initiatives like robotaxis and AI-powered factories on the horizon, betting against the visionary CEO looks less like bravery and more like recklessness. As tech billionaire Peter Thiel said, "I would never bet against Elon," words the shorts may want to heed. Is Tesla a buy at these levels, or is the party over? In a candid interview, former President Donald Trump expressed deep skepticism about reviving the Iran nuclear deal, saying, "I'm much less confident about it," and accusing Tehran of deliberate delays. Trump, who withdrew from the original agreement in 2018, said they seem to be delaying, and I think that's a shame. I am much less confident of a deal being made. The stark assessment comes as the Biden administration races to salvage the pact before Iran's nuclear program advances too far. But with hardliners in charge in Tehran and the regime supplying drones to Russia, prospects for a diplomatic breakthrough look increasingly dim. Should the Iran deal be abandoned, or is diplomacy still worth pursuing? In an ominous development, Vladimir Putin has instructed Russia's military to prioritize modernizing the country's nuclear triad of land, air, and sea-based weapons, a not-so-subtle reminder of Moscow's willingness to go nuclear amid the Ukraine conflict. Claiming Russia now has the most up-to-date strategic nuclear force, Putin called nukes the guarantee of sovereignty and key to the global balance of power. The chilling remarks made no mention of Russia's flailing invasion of Ukraine or the drone strikes crippling its bombers. Instead, they sent an unmistakable message. Russia's nuclear deterrent will remain the core of its defense strategy, no matter the cost. Is Putin's nuclear saber-rattling just bluster or a real threat? The Harvey Weinstein sexual assault retrial has ended in a mess worthy of Hollywood, with the jury delivering a partial conviction, an acquittal, and a deadlock amidst reports of infighting and alleged threats in the deliberation room. Weinstein was found guilty of assaulting a TV assistant, which could mean 25 years behind bars. But he was acquitted on charges involving a model, and jurors remained hopelessly deadlocked on the most serious rape allegation from an actress, with the foreman claiming he felt personally threatened by other panelists. The chaotic outcome is both a victory and a failure for the Me Too movement in its quest to hold Weinstein accountable for his alleged reign of abuse in the entertainment industry. Was justice fully served in the Weinstein case? In a surprise overture, the White House has confirmed that former President Donald Trump remains open to talks with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un despite Pyongyang's accelerating nuclear program and deepening alliance with Russia. The revelation comes after Trump called Kim's letters beautiful, and even stepped into North Korea in 2019 in an historic first for a sitting president. But the geopolitical landscape has shifted dramatically, with Kim's regime now possessing more nukes, more missiles, and supplying weapons to Putin's war machine in Ukraine. With South Korea's new president also seeking dialogue, the question is, will the reclusive Kim take Trump's call this time? Should the U.S. pursue diplomacy with North Korea again? In a move that could upend the Biden administration's Pacific strategy, the Trump team is reportedly reviewing the AUKUS nuclear submarine deal with Australia and Britain, aimed at countering China. Critics within Trump's circle question why the U.S. should hand over crown jewel technology like Virginia-class subs when its own fleet is stretched thin. The deal would see Australia spend $240 billion to acquire the subs, with Britain ramping up production. But if Washington pulls out, Canberra could be left empty-handed, reduced to hosting U.S. naval assets instead of acquiring its own deterrent force. With tensions rising over Taiwan, the Pentagon-led review threatens to derail a key pillar of American policy in the Indo-Pacific. From rogue AI to geopolitical brinkmanship, these are the stories shaping our world at warp speed. Which one blew your mind the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. This is X News Now, where the future gets real.